Yo, what it do, YouTube? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video is going to be really quick. Nothing too major. Got to conserve my battery or whatever. But I just wanted to chime in, let everybody know that's watching the channel. I am okay. I told you I was going to have some technical difficulties today. You know what I'm saying? But overall, today was pretty smooth. A little bit rough, but pretty smooth. You see what I'm saying? So it's been decent. Shit. Like I said, this is gonna be episode 2 of Let the Games Begin, new web series I just started. Yesterday I did episode 1. You see what I'm saying? So it was just a little quick episode 2. Probably gonna be episode 2 part 1, just for me to chime in, let everybody know I'm good. Really, nothing much, but let you know, man. Shit, like I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest, everything I've been saying has been true. Everything I have been saying has been true, and it's insane that nobody believes me or anything like that. And I just find that to be a strange coincidence, because now when I really think about all the stuff that's been going on in like the last 5 years, this has been being orchestrated by somebody, and I'm assuming that it has had to have come from Australia. Basically meaning that when I was in Australia, and I'm not sure if it was from my Australia ex-girlfriend, which her name is Marie Greco. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sure if it was from her. She could have been involved in some type of sex trafficking or human trafficking ring, something like that. Because after I was done dating her, and I was doing my own thing out there in Australia, I was working different jobs and just meeting different people. And when you working different jobs and meeting different people, especially from different parts of the world, you don't know who involved with who. You don't know who involved with what. You see what I'm saying? You just going off everything based off face value. And I'm not necessarily saying these people are bad people or nothing like that, but they could have literally got themselves just caught up in some shit, or could be involved in some shit, and they just have Stockholm syndrome just to try to survive. You see what I'm saying? So it could be something like that. But then again, you got people that's deliberately out here that's trying to kill motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? And I think I got caught up in some shit. And like I said, I'm not sure, but that's the farthest I could trace this shit back. Is it gotta be either in Australia, it gotta be when I was in Gympie, Australia, when I was working my last job at the Queenslander, and I met these Punjabi people. They owned this pizza shop right across the street from the nightclub that I worked at, and I never even heard of a Punjabi person. I mean, I have, because one of my Australia plugs was this Punjabi dude. He was from New Zealand or whatever, but that was his ethnicity, was Punjabi. And then I met this Punjabi family later on down the line, and I'm not necessarily saying they like connected or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's strange that right before my visa was about to get canceled and shit, that the Indian girl that I was telling you about, who had something to do with trying to get me killed and shit, it's just funny that she randomly just started following me on Instagram. She randomly, just watching my Instagram and shit like that. Like I said, this was in Australia, 2021. And, I worked at this place called the Queenslander, right across the street. It was this pizza shop, but it was owned by this Indian family, and it was Punjabi. And, I knew about Punjabi, but I wasn't really too familiar with them and stuff like that. I bought some pizza from their shop and all that type of shit like that. It wasn't too good. They didn't make it right, like the American way, or whatever. But it was alright. And all of a sudden, right before my visa get canceled, even before I knew my visa was getting canceled, I go on. This was I was really heavily on Instagram, on my original Instagram account, King603Joey, Sunbeam 333 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. This when I was on my original Instagram account heavily around 2021. And every time I post something on my story, I will always look and see who would view my story because Instagram shows you who views your story. And I seen this girl named Nor444 on Instagram, and I'm like, damn, she looked kind of good. Woo, woo. They obviously kind of knew what I liked, so they sent it in my direction. But I wasn't looking at it like that because I was so low key depressed and so thirsty from my last relationship when I was dating the lady Marie Greco, the Australian lady. I was dating her, but how shit ended, I was just depressed behind it, and I was just so thirsty to get into another relationship. Which don't do that. Bad mistake on my part. And I just ended up talking to this girl, the girl Nor444, Nor Gill. I ended up talking to her just randomly on Instagram. Never met this person in real life or nothing. All of a sudden we talking. She talking about how she liked my videos and all this type of stuff like that. And all of a sudden I needed help to figure out how I was gonna pay for my plane ticket. I had to get back to America, and she ended up paying for my plane ticket and helping me and stuff like that. And it's just crazy because it seemed like maybe her intentions could have been genuine. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could have been, but I don't know. I just find this stuff to be random. Like, I don't believe in coincidences, and for the fact that this happened twice. You see what I'm saying? This happened twice. Like, for example, some people you never. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people don't have good hearts. I'm not saying that, because you got some good-hearted people in the world. So don't get it twisted. What I'm saying. I'm just saying, peep the scenario. I'm not saying that because you do have good-hearted people in the world. But what's your chances of meeting just all these good-hearted people just back to back like this? It's just weird. So she offered to pay for my ticket and stuff like that, which was damn near like $1,200 or some shit like that. And we was talking and shit like that. This was. Yeah. So we started talking like around, I don't know what if it was like October or May or some shit like that. And some shit like that. I don't know if it was like October and May 2020, 2021, some shit like that. But we was talking for a while, and I ended up going to California, LAX. LAX is horrible. It's trash. The Wi-Fi don't work. None of that shit. I ended up getting lost in that motherfucker. I had to ask a kind stranger, can I use their hotspot and shit like that? Because when I was just coming back, I had a phone from Australia. I didn't have an American phone because I'm thinking I'm going to LAX. This was my first time in California at that time, 2021. I thought LAX was this prestigious airport everybody go to. Was going to be Wi-Fi. Everything going to be good. No, most definitely not. Yeah, so I'm not sure if it was part of some type of sex trafficking, human trafficking operation, or what. Or maybe it could have just been some kind-hearted individual that I met. But I'm just saying, man, I just highly doubt that shit, though. So it's just